You are looking at a killer right now. Not a neutron star, not a black hole, not something that looks threatening. You're looking at a planet from a postcard, a desktop wallpaper, an icon from children's books about space. Something people frame and hang above their sofas and call beautiful. But I'm about to tell you something that will make sure you never look at that picture the same way again. Saturn is not just a planet, it is the most perfect trap in the entire solar system. Beautiful on the outside, absolutely mercilessly deadly on the inside. And right now, as you watch this, it is slowly dying, losing second by second the one thing anyone ever loved it for. Welcome aboard. Today we're flying to Saturn, and I promise you, this will be the most terrifying journey you've ever taken without leaving your chair. Let's start with the simplest question. How big is it? Saturn's diameter is about 116,000 kilometers. Earth's is roughly 12,700. Put them side by side and it looks like placing a coin next to a basketball. A coin, that's what our planet is next to Saturn. You could fit more than 760 Earths inside it. Its mass is 95 times greater than ours. But here's the paradox that still breaks scientists' brains. Saturn is the only planet in the solar system that would float on water. If an ocean large enough existed, and of course it doesn't, Saturn wouldn't sink. It would be so light, so porous, so unreal that it would simply rest on the surface like pumice stone. A weightless monster, a giant with no flesh. That's Saturn's first illusion. It looks massive, indestructible, eternal, but inside, almost emptiness, almost nothing. Now close your eyes, just for a second, and imagine you are falling. Not into an abyss, not into water, into Saturn's atmosphere. The first thing you'd feel is the wind. Not the earthly kind that ruffles your hair or turns an umbrella inside out. Saturn's winds blow at up to 1,800 kilometers per hour. The most powerful hurricane ever recorded on Earth, the kind that flattens cities and kills thousands of people, tops out at around 350 kilometers per hour. Saturn's winds are 5 times stronger. 5. No spacesuit would save you, no spacecraft. You'd be torn apart, scattered, smeared across those endless atmospheric bands before your brain even registered what was happening. But let's say somehow you survived. You keep falling, deeper. And this is where things start to violate every law of physics you've ever learned. At a depth of several thousand kilometers, the pressure becomes so incomprehensibly immense that hydrogen, ordinary hydrogen, the same gas used to fill balloons, stops being a gas. It becomes metal. Liquid metallic hydrogen, a substance that exists nowhere on Earth, not in any laboratory, not in any natural environment, a substance that shouldn't exist at all. But it does, and it has been flowing there for billions of years, generating a magnetic field that stretches 1 million kilometers into open space. 1 million kilometers. Earth fits inside it more than 70 times over. Now let's talk about the rings, about the reason we fell in love with this planet in the first place. You've seen them in photographs, thin, perfect, almost drawn by hand, as if some artist picked up a pencil and in one fluid motion traced a flawless line around the planet. Elegance, geometry, harmony. But it's a lie. Get closer and what you see is chaos. Saturn's rings are made of billions of fragments of ice and rock, each one ranging from the size of a dust particle to the size of an apartment building. And every single one of them is hurtling through space at 70,000 kilometers per hour in a dense, churning stream, constantly colliding, breaking apart, and clumping back together. Imagine being inside that. Billions of flying knives, icy, sharp, indifferent, surrounding you in every direction, and not one of them aware that you exist. But here's what's truly terrifying about these rings. Not that they're deadly, it's that they're dying. Saturn's rings, the ones that seem eternal, the ones we've gazed at through telescopes and called one of nature's miracles, are melting. Every single second, around 10,000 kilograms of ring material rains down into the planet's atmosphere. 10 tons every second. Scientists call it ring rain. And according to their calculations, within 100 million years, the rings will be gone, completely, forever. 100 million years sounds like an eternity, but for the universe, it's a breath, a blink. It means that we, the people alive right now, may be the only intelligent beings in the entire history of the universe who ever got to see Saturn with its rings. They weren't here before us in this form. They won't be here after us, only us. And we barely ever look up at the sky. But there's something else, something they don't print on postcards. Every 20 to 30 years, Saturn gives birth to a monster. Not just a storm, not just a hurricane, a planetary tempest, one that begins at a single point and within a matter of months engulfs the entire equatorial belt of the planet, all 365,000 kilometers of it. It's as if one storm swallowed the entire surface of the Earth from equator to equator and then wrapped around it 3 more times. The last great white storm began in 2010. It grew, it expanded, it consumed everything around it. And then something happened that scientists didn't expect. Its tail caught up with its head. The storm collided with itself and devoured itself whole. Saturn created a monster and then destroyed it with its own hands. But there was one who saw all of this up close. Its name was Cassini. A probe launched in 1997 with a single mission: fly to Saturn and tell us the truth. It traveled for 7 years, 7 years in absolute darkness, in vacuum, in complete silence, alone, no crew, no voice, just a signal sent out into the void. And in 2004, it arrived. What it sent back changed everything. Cassini found an ocean, a real liquid ocean beneath the icy surface of Enceladus, one of Saturn's moons. An ocean where, according to scientists, life may exist right now, at this very moment, just over 1 billion kilometers away from where you're sitting. It flew through the rings. It descended into the atmosphere deeper than any spacecraft before it. It operated for 13 years, and every single day it sent data back to Earth. I know it sounds strange to say this about a machine, but Cassini was alive, in the way that any true explorer is alive, one who keeps moving forward despite the darkness, one who keeps asking questions long after everyone else has gone quiet. On September 15th, 2017, its fuel ran out, and the engineers at NASA made a decision. They didn't let it simply fall silent and drift into the void. They aimed it directly at Saturn. At 6:31 a.m. Pacific Time, Cassini entered the atmosphere of the planet it had spent more than a decade studying. Its final seconds were a fight, an attempt to hold steady, an attempt to keep its antenna pointed to Earth until the very last moment, to transmit one final signal. Then, silence. It burned up, became part of Saturn, became part of the planet it loved. In 100 million years, the rings will be gone. No living creature in the universe, if they exist anywhere at all, will ever get to see Saturn the way we see it, with these rings, with this cold, almost unreal light that reflects off billions of pieces of ice and travels 1.5 billion kilometers just to reach our eyes. We are the only ones who caught this moment, and we barely ever look up at the sky. Lift your head. It's up there, quiet, distant, deceptively safe. But now you know the truth. This is a planet that kills everything that dares to come close. A planet whose interior flows with a substance that shouldn't exist. A planet whose rings are dissolving right now, second by second while you watch this video. The most beautiful thing in our solar system, the most deadly, and the most alone.
If this video made you look at the sky differently, you know what to do. Hit that like button. Not for the algorithm, do it for Cassini, who flew through the dark for 13 years so that we could know all of this. Subscribe to the channel because we're just getting started. There is so much more waiting beyond the horizon of what we understand. And drop a comment below. What surprised you most? The liquid metallic hydrogen, the ring rain, or the story of Cassini? I genuinely want to know what you think. Until next time, keep your head up. There's still so much up there that will change you.